Welcome back to the Cauldron, lovelies. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your energy. Wow, it's hard to believe it's August 1st already. It feels like just yesterday we were honoring Ostara, planting those seeds of intention and imagining what might become of them. But the seasons don't stand still, and neither do we. The beautiful thing about the wheel of the year is that every turn builds on the one before it. And now, here we are. Blessed Lammas, everyone. Traditionally, Lammas celebrates the first harvest, a time of gratitude for the grain, the bread, and the abundance of the season. Lammas has always spoken to me a little differently. There's a quiet reverence to this season that I don't really know how to put into words. It moves way beyond the symbolism and the correspondences. It's the feeling it invokes. It's a deep inner knowing that we're connected to something much bigger than ourselves. I think about the corn and the wheat and how long these crops have endured. Generation after generation, season after season. Truth be told, there are no words that really do the feeling justice. It's probably why living in alignment with the wheel of the year feels so right to me. I love that this turn is centered around honoring what the first harvest has to offer. Our ancestors celebrated with great bonfires and foods made and grown by their own hands. And while I don't have a bonfire burning in my backyard today, at least not yet, I still find myself honoring the day and the season in my own way and seeing the blessings in all of it. You know, when most people think about gratitude, they think about November, Thanksgiving, 30 days of gratitude challenges. Every November, the internet fills up with reminders to stop and appreciate what we have. And I love seeing people sharing those gratitudes, I really do. But for me, gratitude season starts today. Because today we're celebrating the first harvest. Not the last harvest, the first. And when I talk about the harvest, I'm not just talking about the physical kind growing in our gardens. I'm talking about the harvest from the gardens of our own lives. You know, the ones where we planted those seeds of intention. Today, I invite you to take stock of what's been planted. Are those seeds still growing? Have you given them everything they needed to grow? Or do they still need more time and care? Are they finally ready to be harvested? Or have you been pouring time and energy into seeds that simply aren't going to produce this season? Is it time to let them go? Listen, we know the growing season isn't over. There's still plenty of work to be done. There's still maybe harvest to come. But I have a feeling there's already something in your life that's worthy of being recognized. Honor the work of your own hands. Be thankful for what has grown. Be grateful for what this season has already given you. And as I started thinking about my own harvest today, I found myself turning the wheel all the way back to Yule. Yule? Yes, Yule. Let me explain. As part of my Yule celebration, I wrote down 12 wishes for the coming year. Each of those wishes was written on its own piece of paper, folded up, and placed into a glass jar with a quartz point resting on top. Every night during the 12 nights of Yule, one of those wishes was burned and entrusted to the universe. When only one wish remained, it wasn't burned like the rest. It stayed with me. That wish became my responsibility to tend throughout the coming year. That wish for 2026 was to have a clutter-free home. And this morning, as I was rage cleaning, I realized I hadn't gotten nearly as far toward that intention as I'd hoped. So I grabbed a trash bag and just started throwing things away. There was simply too much stuff. Too much stuff in a house that wasn't designed for 4 adults, 2 dogs, and one very large and in charge toddler. At one point, I found myself standing there wondering why there are so many open bags of potato chips and popcorn, and why there are so many new bags if we hadn't even finished the ones that were already opened. But why, though? Why? Because when life revolves around a 2-year-old, this is what you get. And it made me smile. Because having my grandson living in my home, getting to be a part of his everyday life, is one of the greatest blessings I've ever known. And in that moment, I realized that blessing will always matter more to me than a clutter-free home ever could. Is the clutter still going to piss me off? Absolutely. Am I still going to work toward a clutter-free home? Absolutely. But am I going to beat myself up over it? Absolutely not. Because I know these moments with my grandson won't last forever. And if I have to choose between a perfectly tidy house and getting to be a part of this season of my grandson's life, I'll choose this season every single time. And it's not like I haven't made any progress toward that clutter-free home. A lot of time and energy has been spent on both the inside and the outside of our home. We've cleaned up the yard. We started a garden again this year. We hung bird feeders because my grandson loves watching the birds. We've started getting rid of things that really weren't worth holding on to anymore because they were taking up too much space. The process of letting things go hasn't been easy by any stretch of the imagination. We spent a lifetime accumulating things, and asking my husband to get rid of something he might need 17 years from now has been exceptionally painful for both of us. But here we are. As I look around and notice, really notice, how much we've accomplished, I'm humbly reminded that the first harvest isn't about everything that's left to do. It's about recognizing what's already grown. When we first planted those seeds of intention back at Ostara, or at Yule, or whenever you felt called to plant them, none of us really knew what this season would bring. Life has a way of growing things we never planned for. Some intentions flourish exactly how we'd hoped. Others take longer than expected. And sometimes what grows ends up looking completely different than what we had planned. And I believe that's the gift of the first harvest. Being able to recognize the growth and being grateful for all of it. So wherever this llamas finds you, whether your basket feels overflowing or you're still waiting for the first signs of growth, I hope you'll take a moment to celebrate what the season has already given you. And I leave you with this. May you walk gently upon the earth that sustains you. May you receive this season with humbled hands and an open heart. And may the wisdom of those who came before us continue to light the path ahead. Blessed Lammas, everyone. Until next time, stay steady, stay grounded, stay magical. Blessed be.